How's it going, everyone? Today we are going to look at World War II Online as well as the updated version called World War II Online Checkpoint that is being worked on by RhinoRex software. Now, I was interested by this game because I played it way back in like 2010 or something like that on an old laptop, and it was the first major World War II milsim game that I had ever played. Now, what made this game a little different from the others that were around at that time was that it had tanks, planes, and infantry at mass scale, but it was ahead of its time, if I'm gonna be honest. The tech that was around back then wasn't very good, and considering that this game released in 2001, the graphics, the servers, and the overall performance of hardware that we had weren't that good. So the game didn't really look that good. The engines that were out there, like Unreal Engine, Frostbite, and a few others that corporations use to develop games, weren't that good either, right? So it was limited by the current hardware, though since then, I will say the hardware available to us as the public has improved significantly. Now, you're saying, but why is this important? Well, now games can be a lot better considering we've improved significantly, though looking at it in 2022, and the new Checkpoint update, it does seem like they've taken the old outdated game model and engine and made it better, or overhauled it, to be honest with you. At least that's what it seems like to me. They've been pretty active on their YouTube page, showcasing many of the new gameplay and assets they've been putting together, though when I look at a lot of the stuff they've been presenting over the last year or so, I won't lie, I'm not very convinced, right? The gameplay looks fairly decent, and I am a big fan of large-scale World War II games like this, but considering we're in 2022, I'm still a bit skeptical about its success and how well it's going to do once it actually releases in its full iteration. Though what I was thinking is that when the game had released over a decade ago, and through the years that it's been out since then, there weren't many games like it. At least not wildly popular ones, though we can consider Battlefield titles to be in competition with World War II Online due to the large-scale air, infantry, and tank gameplay it offered, but it wasn't quite like World War II Online, to be honest. Though today times are different. We have very successful World War II milsim games like Hell Let Loose and Scriptum. There are others that are not set in World War II like Squad, that are set in Modern Wars. Now, if we compare the new gameplay with the games we already have, we can see a stark difference in quality and where they are. Now, what I do understand is that, Chokepoint is still under development and can be better as time goes on, so it can be on the same level as Hell Let Loose and Scriptum. But considering that the Chokepoint project was introduced a little over a year ago, around June 6, 2021, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not too sure that it's gonna be able to develop quick enough to compete with the current popular milsim games we have now that have already established a dedicated fan base and will keep doing so as time goes on, and those games will improve as updates do roll out for said games, right? I only point these out because, in my opinion, it doesn't seem too late for Chokepoint to join the World War II milsim style of genre, but to be honest, there is fierce competition, and it might seem like an uphill battle for them in current times, so they really have to get on their A game and present something a little different and create their own niche within the niche of World War II milsims. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm genuinely curious as to how this game will develop over the next few months, and to be honest, even years if it's successful at its debut. But to be honest, what intrigues me is the aviation aspect. Games like Squad currently have aircraft like helicopters, but not actual planes that can be used for ground striking or air-to-air combat, right? And Hell Let Loose doesn't even have this. It's just, AI controlled. It's nothing player controlled. So it'd be interesting to see if they can do that slightly different from the current ones we already have now, and maybe get a leg up through that aspect. So let me know what you think about World War II Online and its Chokepoint update. Are you excited for it? Do you think games like Hell Let Loose and Scriptum have already taken over the World War II milsim space? And if so, what can they do to compete? That's all I have for you guys today. I thought it was an interesting game to cover since I had already played this, and to be honest with you, if it wasn't for it being recommended on my YouTube page, I wouldn't have remembered that I had even played this game. Check out these other videos if you enjoyed, and that's all I've got for you. Bye.